So today I have a updated home tour. Basically what happened was I was sitting in my living room and I was looking around and I got bored. And it really tends to happen so often that it can become a very costly habit. In the past, I've spent way too much money on decor for seasons, and I just don't want to do that anymore. My style or my home decor has really evolved over the years. I've really cut down. Instead of having so many things, I've just made them to like very bare bones basics, just little things that kind of lighten up the space, but very minimalistic. I used to hear that saying on YouTube and I was like, I don't get it. Like I could never be a minimalist. I don't see it. Like that house looks empty. In my head, I always thought the more things you have, the more homey it felt. And after a while, I just felt like everything was becoming dust collectors. So I went ahead and just broke the things down to what I really loved. And I don't know, I'm just really liking it. It's a little bit less for me to clean up, a little less to pick up, and I feel like it just complements the space and it's actually making my small home look a little bit bigger. And I really think that's a key in someone who is living in a very small home. Our home is about 1,100 square feet and there is 5 people living in it. So we need as much space as we can get. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to kind of show you around. My living room and dining room are connected. It's very open space. And then I have a small kitchen. I'm just gonna show you all those areas and kind of what I did and how I did it super budget friendly. I'm going to be honest, guys, a majority of these things are just moved from one room to the other. I basically shopped my house for 98% of these things. That is a huge trick. If you take one thing from one room and bring it into the other, it's going to have a different light to it and it's really going to make a little bit of a difference, and you are going to appreciate recycling those things so much more because it's going to have so many more uses and you're going to save yourself a buck. And who doesn't like for their house to look pretty? Because we all do. All right, enough rambling. If you guys are new here, I would love for you guys to stick around and join my YouTube family. We do a little bit of everything around here and we have a good time. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so it will let you know every time I upload a video. All right, let me show you my house. All right, so I know usually when we start off these tours, I always start in like my living room area because that's like my biggest living space, but I decided to start in the kitchen. My kitchen is pretty much one of the rooms that gets a ton of use, and I really have cut down on a lot of things. So I kind of wanted just to show you what I've done. All right, here is my counter space. I just have very bare bones on here, guys. Just my fruit bowl that has some fresh mangoes in it and some cucumbers. Have to always have tons of fresh fruit on hand for summer around here. And obviously my paper towel holder and my sink, which has no dishes in it, so it definitely has to be documented. But on here is some plants me and the girls did. I bought these planters from Target. That one, the little yellow one, is sunflowers, so she's growing quite beautifully. We're very excited. And then I have that little wreath. I have that on there since before. My neighbor's watching me. And then over here in the blue is actually a little set of forget-me-nots, and those are starting to grow in. We're very excited. And then on the side of my sink here, you will see this little metal dish. I used to have that on the other part of the kitchen, but I just have it storing those purple flowers and my hand soap and my dish soap and my sponge. And it kind of just goes nicely with the stainless steel sink. And I actually purchased that little thing there from Michael's, and I think I got that for like $5 or $6. It was in the gardening section, so if you guys are interested, that's where you would find it. Coming this way, I have this white cake stand that was purchased at Target. I do know they still have these in the Target dollar spot. I think that was like $3 or $5. And on top of them are those little ceramic, one's a cow and the other one's a little rooster. I think the rooster is like a hard-boiled egg holder or something like that. I got those from a thrift store. And then that galvanized tin with like the greenery in it. I actually picked that up from Marshall's, I think 2 years ago, and I just put it over here in this corner just to add some life here. I like for summer to have lots of greenery and flowers and just, you know, natural elements, I guess. Here I have obviously my oven, and what trick I always have is I always like to change out my decorative towels on my stove for the season. And for me, summer is like lemons and watermelons and pineapples. So when I see these kitchen towels, I got these at Ross for $3, and it's a 2-pack, and obviously the one big towel in the back has the lemons on there, and then it says, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I just thought it was really cute and really bright. If you guys have been with me for a while, you would know I used to have tons of stuff up on my walls, and I've taken a lot of it down. All I have are those animal prints. I've actually printed those off of, I think Pinterest had them, and I printed them off the computer and just framed them. And then up here I just have this Bless This Kitchen sign and this light here, and that's really it, guys. I did keep those little forks and spoons there, but really bare bones. This is the other wall. It's like the partition wall, I guess. And this just has these little rooster signs. I've had them up there forever. I like them. And this shelf, I actually bought that shelf from, it's called Menards. It's kind of like a Home Depot that we have here. And Leo just went ahead and hung it up for me. And I just exchanged some things around there. And that rooster I just put with the purple flowers, just kind of brighten it up. And that yum sign is from Hobby Lobby. And that's just a redone canister. Right here is my coffee bar. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know my honey has made this for me. And on the top, I just have obviously my coffee pot, a couple coffee mugs, and my coffee and tea set, and then some coasters and stuff. And then on the bottom, that's just some whiskey bottles and stuff like that for my husband. And Leo's cast iron. I went ahead and took out all those little cooking things that I had. I used to have my stand mixer and stuff like that, and I brought them all downstairs. Really, the whole less is more. And then this galvanized stand, I got that at Kirkland's on clearance, and I think I only paid like $5 for it. And then the flower on top is from a thrift store, and those 2 lemons are ceramic, and I picked those up from Target, and they were, I think, $1 each, just to add a little pop of color and to kind of tie in the whole lemon thing that I had going. So kind of just to give you an overview of when you walk into this little doorway by the fridge, this is what you would see. Just very minimal things on the countertop. I think it just makes the kitchen look cleaner and a little bit bigger. And this is the angle from like the dining room table. So not a very huge kitchen, but very clean. That's kind of what I want it to be. I mean, as clean as it's going to get for a small house, guys. Alright, so if you turn directly around from the kitchen, this is where our dining room table is. You guys remember in the spring I went ahead and reupholstered the chairs. So what I did this time was I just took everything off the table, and I have actually these blue placemats downstairs. So my walls are all gray throughout the house, and for summer I wanted to do like grays, blues, yellows, greens, just very bright, fresh colors. So like I said, I did these blue placemats. These candlesticks used to be on my wall, or on my table by my gallery wall. So I moved them over here along with that bowl that is from IKEA. So what I did just to incorporate, like I said, the whole lemons, limes, fresh fruit type thing, is I took these fresh limes and I just put them in this bowl. They are real, and we do plan on using them for a meal, but I just thought they looked nice being showcased, and you know, why spend the extra money on some fake ones when I had some real ones, and I'll just replace them as we use them. So up on the canisters on my walls, I just went ahead and added some new flowers. These are from the Dollar Tree, and honestly, these were the ones that were in my bedroom, and I just took them out of my bedroom and took the purple lilac pieces that I had here and put those in my bedroom, and I just thought it brightened up the space and kind of brought more summer to the walls. And then you guys see my beautiful light. My husband bought that for me for our anniversary, and it really just bounces off this mirror and makes the space look huge. And then my grandfather clock and my china cabinet are in that corner. So here is my living space. So you guys are super familiar if you've seen any of my cleaning videos or any of my other home decor tours. but here is just my living room. So here is the new sofa that we went ahead and purchased during the winter. And what I did differently, I used to have this in the other corner, so I went ahead and moved it right here. And on top of that is that Himalayan salt lamp. I got that from a company called LEVOIT, and I really like it because it is dimmable. And that table actually belongs to my grandma, and she is no longer with us. And on the top of it, there is some, I'm going to move this so you guys can see, on the top there you can see that she did cross stitch the flowers and stuff. So that's just a picture of me, Leo, and the girls from a couple summers ago. And then there is that white pineapple, and I love it. And then right here I have this galvanized jug. I bought that from a thrift store. And I just have those purple flake flowers in it, again, just to bring in some color. Here is my couch. My couch obviously is gray, but I wanted to kind of break it up. So I had these pillows downstairs in the basement. They just obviously have like that yellow and blue in them. So I brought them up, and those gray pillows are actually what I had up during the winter, but they had covers on, so I just took the covers off and brought them for right there. And that throw blanket I had downstairs, and that has like the blue and the light gray in it, so I thought it matched really nicely. On my walls here I have my shelving. I've had those shelvings for quite some time. I just went ahead and took the picture right here off of the other shelf. I just switched it. And those flowers there I bought from Target like 3 years ago. They are like paper flowers, and they have all the different colors that I like. And those fake flowers in that vase, I got both of those from the Dollar Tree, and I just changed them over from the little table on my gallery wall and brought them over here. And then my other shelf right here, those like, they're not vases, like maybe glass bottles, glass cylinders, and I brought them over to here. And then that Our Nest sign is from Kirkland's, and more little colorful flowers, again, just to brighten up the space. And then I still have my basket and letter A board. But what I do have here, let me turn it on for you guys. What I do have in the corner now is this beautiful lamp. This was also a gift from my husband. It kind of complements the light fixture in the ceiling above my dining table, and it has the beautiful Edison bulbs, and this is also from Costco. And I just put it in this corner. I thought it really brightened up the space, so you guys can see. I absolutely love that. So here is my big picture window. I just have my TV on it. That stand is from Costco. I've had that stand for a couple years, and I love it. We did have to get a new TV this year because the other one broke. But yeah, I just kept these white curtains up, these white sheers. They are just, it lets in a lot of natural light, and I really like that about them. That candle stand is from a thrift store. I've had that there since last season, and I plan to keep it. So here is another angle of my living room. So you'll see there is my my couch, and then our little recliner. And on top of that recliner, I just took the blanket that used to be on top of the couch and put it on the recliner, because sometimes when people are laying there, people always fall asleep in that recliner. It is like the most comfortable thing. No one has yet came here and not fell asleep. So I'd like to have just a blanket right there for them to curl up and take a nap if they would like. I always want my guests to feel comfortable and feel like they're home. And then here is our table. This is just the old IKEA table I had. I painted it gray. Honestly, guys, I really wish I didn't. I wish I would have just bought a new one, because if you can see, like, you see how the spots and everything on it, and it's scraping up. I mean, I'm really just not happy with how it turned out, but it was just a cheap little table, and, you know, next time we go out to IKEA, I'll just probably buy a white one. So on this table, I do have that runner that used to be on my table, on my dining table. It's from IKEA. And then on top of it, I have this, like, what is it, robin's egg color, blue canister, I guess. And what I did was I just filled them with these fake flowers that I had downstairs in the basement. And they have the pinks and blues in them, and I just think it's really pretty and springy. And inside this candle holder here, candle holder does have little pineapples on it. I told you I have a thing for pineapples. And inside that is these, I think it's called, this is the name of the candles. Let me see if you can see it. Sensational Natural Soy Candles. I love this brand. I get these at Marshalls. I like these better than the DW candles. They throw as much fragrance as the Bath & Body Works candles, and these are only like $7 or $8. So this one is in there, and I believe this is Island Retreat, and it smells like coconuts and pineapples, so I'm really enjoying that. Then as you guys can see, I still have the same rug. I love this rug. I purchased it from Amazon, and it's nice and thick. The colors are beautiful. I get a lot of compliments on it. It's a 5x7, and I paid about $35 for it. When you walk into my doorway, or walk into my front door, you're gonna see we have a closet, and then I have this kind of seat, like shoe area. I just went ahead and kept the same pillows on there and the Hello pillow. I like it, it's nice and bright, and if it's not broke, why fix it? I usually just keep obviously our jackets in my purse there. And then this home sign, I purchased that from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I love it. It just holds our keys and our jackets and stuff like that. And before we put this here, it was just an empty space, and our jackets would be always thrown on top of the couch or at the table. So having this here, if you guys have an empty space like this and you know you don't know what to do with it, and you have the same problem as me where people are just throwing the coats or your shoes are all stockpiling in front of the door, I highly suggest this. It was a super cheap fix, and it really just adds something else to this space, and it was not just a voided wall. Last but not least, when you walk into my front door, this is the first thing you will see is my gallery wall. This gallery wall took quite some time for me to put together. I wanted to find like not all the frames match, but they're all the same color, and I wanted to get pictures of you know, specific family members. And I don't know, I really liked it. I like how it came out. A lot of people, every time someone comes over, they'll stop and they look at this wall. Even if they've been here 100 times, they still like to stop and reminisce. You know, my dad will always stop and he'll look at pictures of his mom and dad when they were younger, and my in-laws do the same thing. It's just always nice to remember where your roots started and where you came from, you know. And it's so that's that. And then on this little table, not the best table, but I made it myself, and I'm pretty darn proud of it because it's still standing. This little box thing here, if you guys remember this little box thing, Leo made it for me during Christmas, and then I put some like succulents in it for like spring, and I had it on my my living room table. So I just went ahead and brought it over here, and I still kept some of the succulents, but then I added these little ball things in there, these little like vase fillers, and these like flameless candles like things from the Dollar Tree, and it just kind of, you know, filled it all up so there's no voided space. Added some greenery, and it's just kind of clean. It's just real clean and simple, and it's pretty, and it adds in everything that I want, but it's not just too much, and I'm over my house being too much. I just want to thank you guys for just taking a peek and checking out my house. Hopefully this has given you some ideas. I know it's quite difficult to like keep up with the Joneses. I struggle with that with myself. You know, I see a lot of beautiful, beautiful homes here on YouTube, and I just wish I had the money or the space to do a lot of those things. But you know, you don't want to break the bank to keep up with the Joneses. So hopefully this kind of gives you guys a little bit of an insight on how, you know, your average person lives, and what I do just to keep my house feeling like I'm keeping up with myself, and, you know, make it cozy, but, you know, inviting. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much, and I will for sure see you on the next video. Bye guys.